Hey, what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction, and in this video, I'm going to answer the question of what are the best accent walls to add into your house. Now, first off, before we get into that, what is an accent wall? An accent wall is a wall that you designate in your house where you want to make it look different. You want to add some sort of different material that still fits into the overall look of your home, and you want it to be just a nice, pretty thing. It doesn't necessarily have to serve a function, although it can, but it's a wall that's totally different. It's not just drywall and paint. There's something covering it usually, or shelves, or something that really makes it look different and unique. So I'm going to tell you the ones that I've seen that I think are the best, and I would love to see if you apply one of these in your home. I'd love for you to send it to us so that we can see what you wound up doing with your accent walls. So the first one that I really love is in a kitchen, having a wall that's actually totally bookshelves and filled with cookbooks and things like cooking things, and having basically a pantry area that isn't necessarily used storage, like you store things there, but they're more decorative items, especially the cookbooks thing. I was recently in a chef's kitchen and he had literally almost a whole wall of just cookbooks. It looked, I was freaking awesome. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And the other cool thing is he actually, I mean, you know, a lot of them are obviously just there for show. It was only like 2 or 3 that he actually like pulled out on almost a daily basis to actually use them, which is really fun. But that said, cookbooks in a kitchen can be an amazing accent piece, and you don't need a huge wall to do it. You can do it on a smaller wall. Now that's inside of a kitchen. In a living room or den or common area space, one thing that I see people do all the time is shiplap. And shiplap is where you have the horizontal pieces of wood that have a small space in between them. They interlock into each other. Shiplap gives what you might call a classical or contemporary feel. It's also really commonly used in farmhouse style. Like if you're thinking like white shaker cabinets and you have the apron sink, you're probably going to see shiplap somewhere in a house like that. So you can add shiplap to a wall to make it feel more farmhousey. Now, keep in mind that shiplap, once you put it on, has to be painted. So you have to have a color in mind. I have some relatives who did shiplap above a built-in fireplace, and they painted it a really dark blue and then hung a TV on it, and it's really nice because it gives, the rest of the house is white, but that dark blue with the wood floors is just a really nice accent color on a different texture, which changes up the room. And it actually, weirdly, I don't know how this happened, it actually wound up making the room feel bigger once they put it up and painted it that really, really like dark, like almost navy blue. And it really looked amazing. Now the other thing is, a lot of people wind up painting their shiplap white because white over a big area tends to make a room feel larger. So that's another thing to think about, is what color, once you do the shiplap, are you going to actually paint it. Now the third thing, and this is something that I love, you do have to be sure that your style calls for this, but I do love it when it's used correctly, and that's an actual stone accent wall made out of either some sort of stacked stone or what you call a ledger stone, something with an actual rough textured face to it, not just necessarily a flat stone, although flat stones can look amazing. What I think is really fun is when they do a textured, kind of chunked up, choppy looking ledger stone on a wall in that stacked random variation style. That can look really amazing. If you are in a house, say in the Carolinas, or you have a house that's kind of more of like a cabin style, excuse me. If you have a house that's more of like a cabin style, you can incorporate some stone elements to make it feel, I guess what you would say is more homey or more cozy. The stone elements, along with, let's say, like a big built-in fireplace, make it feel very comfortable, very cozy, very at home. And that's a really nice feature to add to a den or a living area or something like that. So those are, just to keep it simple, the top 3 accent wall ideas, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And obviously there's way, way more. You can do wallpaper, paint, stickers, shelves, barn wood. You can do a trillion different things, and we'll make more videos on those, but those are some simple ideas to get you going on accent walls. If you have a great idea for an accent wall that you want to see an example of, drop a comment down below and we'll actually do that somewhere. We'll figure out a place to do it, and then we'll actually talk about what it took to do that, what you needed to do it, what kind of space you need to make it look nice, and then give some more how-to on that. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate your attention. If you need help designing a renovation, go to homelove.construction/design to get your renovation design started with us right now. We can even do it remotely. So if you are in the Carolinas and you're like, hey, I want to just gut my home and put it back together somehow differently, we can do that for you as well with our remote design services. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your attention, and I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.